All right, let's get to work. We start Thursday, December 2nd, 8:20 p.m. Eastern. Dallas Cowboys 7-4, 3-2 on the road at New Orleans Saints, 5-6, 2-3 at home at Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana. Let's start with the market that we are dealing with here. Oh, of course, I got to go back to this Thursday. So stupid. Here we go. We have Dallas opening up at -5. Now we have 4.5s and 4s. This total opened up at 47.5, and there is 47s and mostly 47.5s, but there are a couple 47s on the board. When we go over to where the cash lies, again, we are 48 hours before kickoff here. 3,845 tickets in. 69% of the tickets, 75% of the cash is on Dallas. 50-50 for the total, but 83% of the tickets are on the over at this point. Mr. Funmonk says Taysom Hill supposed to start. Yes, Taysom Hill is supposed to start in this one. But let's start with these Cowboys. Both teams come in with extra rest and prep as they were both playing on Thanksgiving Thursday. Cowboys were last seen a wild 36-33 loss at home to the Raiders. Dak was 32 of 47 for 375 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. But 209 of those 375 yards came in the fourth quarter. Amari Cooper and Ceedee Lamb out, but Michael Gallup caught 5 passes for 106 yards. Cedric Wilson caught 7 passes for 104 yards. He did suffer an ankle injury during the game and is listed as questionable. Their running game didn't do very much. Tony Pollard ran 10 times for 36 yards. Zeke ran 9 times for 25 yards in the touchdown. Tony Pollard did return a kickoff, 100 yards. And they put up 437 yards, which is all said and good, all nice, but they allowed the Raiders a season-high 509 starts. They couldn't get stops against the pedestrian offense. Maybe that's a little harsh on the Raiders. Cornerback Anthony Brown had 4 defensive pass interference penalties. All 4 of Brown's penalties came on third down incompletions. The Raiders were just 3-13 on third down without Brown's help. Dallas, the NFL leader in penalty yards, 14 for a franchise record, 166 yards. Cannon Neal had 12 tackles. Jaron Kearse had 11 tackles and 2 passes defended. Another great game by Micah Parsons. 3 sacks, 7 quarterback hits by the team. Micah Parsons, 5 tackles, 2 for a loss, 1 sack, and 5 of the 7 quarterback hits. He was unbelievable. Unbelievable. So at this point, McCarthy said it's to be determined whether Cooper takes part in practice, and says, my gut would be if he doesn't practice tomorrow, I don't see him going into the games. Jerry Jones says DeMarcus Lawrence had a good week and will play. That's from Jerry Jones. So DeMarcus Lawrence will play. Ceedee Lamb was a full participant in Monday's practice. So he's cleared the 5-step concussion protocol and feels a lot better and is going to be good to go. Let's start with the Cowboys before we get into the Saints. What did you think of that loss to the Raiders, and what are your expectations of them here, Bebsie?
Look, I think this is a tough spot for the Cowboys this week. You know, losing to the Raiders, who were on a pretty bad skid, is typical Dallas Cowboys. I mean, how many years now have people been like, this is Dallas's year, and then they slowly start to fall apart. And look, you're going in, you're playing a Saints team that's also kind of been garbage lately. They've been terrible without Alvin Kamara, but they're at home on a short week, and they don't have the COVID problems that Dallas is dealing with right now. So, I mean, if I cared about Thursday night football at all, this might be a game, but I think it's a tough spot for Dallas. I really do.
Birdie says, I bet New Orleans +6 and money line. Says Hill starting for New England. Ingram back. Looks like Kamara back. Saints D versus the Bucs matches up real well with this Dallas offense. I really like the Saints money line, he says. This is a must-win for New Orleans. Ooh, wow. Saints come in off an ugly 31-6 loss to the Bills on Thanksgiving. Shut out for 3 quarters. Outgained 361-190. Held the ball for 25 minutes. And it felt like they've sort of let go. But what can change that is Taysom Hill, who has been dealing with this foot injury. New Orleans went 5-2 in games started by Winston, have lost every game that Simeon started. And now Taysom Hill. Kamara listed as questionable for this week. Little Jordan Humphrey led receivers with 3 catches for 47 yards. They were missing starting tackles Ryan Ramczyk and Teron Armstead. Both are listed as questionable this week. They got nothing out of their ground game. Tony Jones Jr. ran 16 times for 27 yards. Ty Montgomery 6 times for 14 yards. Their defense couldn't get pressure or stops. They finished with 2 sacks, 3 quarterback hits. Bradley Roby and Quan Alexander had interceptions, or this could have been worse. Linebacker Caden Ellis left the game with a hamstring injury. Rookie cornerback Paulson Adebo was helped to the sideline after a huge collision in the fourth quarter. Ingram, full participant in Monday's practice. He's going to be in the lineup. Kamara is still questionable, but Ingram will be in the lineup. Linebacker Andrew Dole, concussion, looks like he'll be coming back. So he practiced in full on Monday, so it looks like he'll be returning, but safety CJ Gardner-Johnson is being put on IR. So Birdie, heavy on these Saints. That is, wow, that is a very interesting, and you agree with that, the concept of taking these Saints with the points right now. He got in at 6. It's now 4.5. That's a big difference.
It's hard to agree with somebody that I intend to fight, but I do. I agree with Birdie here. I think he's spot on. I think this is a really tough spot. Short week COVID, playing in New Orleans. All bad things. And, you know, I'd certainly be a lot happier if I got the 6. But I still think 4.5 is very doable. If I were to bet this game, it would be New Orleans.
But you will not.
I will not. Do I? I mean, you guys know I'm not doing it. I'm not betting this Thursday night football. Boycott. I don't even watch this shit, Jimmy. I don't even watch it.
With Taysom Hill at quarterback, 50% split on the tickets for the total, but 83% of cash on the over. 83% of cash on the over, and it's pretty much sitting right at the starting line. If you had a free bet on the total at 47.5, what would you do?
Well, I got to be honest with you. I see more of a defensive battle in this, so free play, I'd probably take the under. I don't agree with the money here.
I find this a difficult game, and I like seeing both of Birdie and Dennis Garcia on the Saints at +6. And that's much easier than taking the 4.5. Alan Stewart says always bet the under on Thursday.
Yeah, I agree with that one there. You know, you don't see beautifully formulated game plans on Thursday night. You see rush jobs.
You're absolutely right. And who would you trust in a rush job? Peyton or McCarthy?
I think you've answered your own question, haven't you, Jimmy?
I have. 8:20 p.m. Eastern, the Thursday nighter. I have not moved on it yet, but we don't have anybody here saying bet the Cowboys. Leonard Welch is on the Dallas team, total under 26.5 for the Cowboys.
Ooh, I kind of like that look. That's a spicy little look from Leonard Welch.
Brady says 4.5 to 6, basically the same number. Says 4 is the key. I agree with that. I just have seething jealousy. That's all. Just seething jealousy.
Don't worry, Jimmy. I'm going to fight him.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you. And Swervin says they both had a week off. They both had 7 days. You're right. You are right. This is from Thursday to Thursday.
We did.
Okay. Cowboys, Saints. Very, very interesting to hear all you guys on the Saints and nobody moved. Leroy Flood's on the Saints money line. Wow. Okay. And Slatsy says McCarthy out with COVID helps the Cowboys. Michael Evelina says I actually trust Quinn way more than I trust McCarthy. All right. There is the Thursday nighter Cowboys Saints. No move from Bebsie or I at this point.